Hello, Gerry. Here's a card from Barry. He says, how come James Martin gets everything played that he asks for? Myself, being a daily listener and sometime writer, I have trouble getting anything played. Whilst you were away, Mr. Coyle played a song, first time of asking. So would you please wish my father, Bert Annett, A-N-N-E-T-T, I don't know how you pronounce that, a happy 65th birthday for Sunday from Michelle, Victoria and Barry. Anything from Peggy Lee. I don't know if I have anything by Peggy Lee here at the moment, but I'll have a look in my core. Is there anything by Peggy Lee in the core?
Hey?
Is Peggy Lee in the core, is she?
Peggy Lee's on the core, yeah. What about Colette, who's on one?
I'm sorry about Colette, I've left her. Hello, Colette.
Hello there.
Sorry for keeping you hanging on.
Yes, it's about time.
I'm sorry. Well, proceed.
Listen, what I am calling up about is I'm trying to track down where Duffy Circus is this weekend. I have my grandchildren a couple of times a month, and I thought it was going to be in Newton Ard this weekend to find out. It was last week it was there.
Somebody sent me something about Duffy Circus the other day, and I was amazed.
Is that right?
I didn't. In my ignorance, I have to confess, I didn't realise that circuses were still on the go.
Oh yes, Well, now I have been in touch with the Belfast, Bangor, Newton Ard, St Patrick, and Newcastle Tourist Board.
Yes.
And there's none of them know whereabouts it's going to be playing at the weekend. So I thought, with all the thousands of people who tune in, someone out there just might possibly know where it'll be at the weekend.
I wouldn't mind going to see a circus. I still love circuses. As a matter of fact, the last time a circus came here that I was aware of, a couple of years ago, I was around looking for children to go with me. But none of them would go. They're too busy, their eyes glued to their computer screens.
Exactly, yes.
But circuses aren't the same as they used to be.
I don't know anything since years since I have been. Just I wanted to take them, and I don't want to break a promise. So,
hold on a minute.
If anyone might know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just a moment. What are you saying?
No, I don't. No, that was for your ear only.
What did you say?
It was for your ear only.
What did you say?
I says you almost fell in love the last time a circus came to town.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I like elephants. I know what you're trying to say.
I know. But
we should keep my personal life out of this.
I know.
This is a public program, people care about it. There are people here listening.
I would love to tell that story.
Well, go on.
No.
Go on,
No.
I'm not afraid. I have nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
I'm sorry, madam. This is raised old wounds here.
The man could be listening.
I still love him. Sorry, that's an old story. We've had trouble with circuses before. Are you still there?
I am still
I'm
here,
sorry.
yes.
I've had experiences in circuses before that I'd prefer not to dredge up again. Duffy Circus.
Duffy Circus, yes. It's playing round about County Down, and I'm not quite sure where it'll be at the weekend, but it's just I wanted to take the children, and I thought that this might be a way of finding out where it's going to be. Because I don't think the tourist boards know.
Oh, I think we know where it is. Where
the
is
Valley
it?
Leisure Centre.
Where's that?
Oh, seriously?
The Valley Leisure Centre.
The Valley Leisure Centre.
Where's that?
Oh, it's up at...
Excuse me, no, I'm asking him.
Newton
Where is
Abbey.
It's up at Newton Abbey.
It's Newton Abbey.
You never even asked where that was.
I thought everybody knew.
I don't know. Do you know?
Newton Abbey.
I don't know where the Valley Leisure Centre is, for God's sake.
Everybody
And
knows
it's there
it.
at the weekend, is it?
Yes.
Is it?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Is that
And
near
thanks
you?
very
is it?
much.
Is that near you, is it?
It's not too far away.
That's good.
That's great. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Circus used to be a big thing when I was a kid, and indeed when I was a teenager. Everyone used to go to the circus. I used to love the circus because there used to be a band in it. There used to be men playing trumpets and trombones and guitars and drums and organs and pianos. But now it's no good. They just have one man, and he hits the drums and he works the machine. It's very sad. The last circus I went to, just a man, and what he does is he puts tapes into this machine, and then he battles the drums, because there has to be a drummer. That's the only instrument you can't do without in a circus. Do you know why must there be a drummer?
What was the thing you liked the least about the circus? What act did you like the least?
That I liked the least?
Least, yeah.
The wee dogs. The dogs used to jump through the hoops.
No, I liked it. I hated the trapeze.
The trapeze.
Trapeze and the tightrope.
No, you always went out and got your ice cream.
How do you lug up all the time?
I know, you're sore on your neck.
Yeah.
But you know what I liked? I liked it, when the girls tore their tights. I used to like that. And another thing I liked too was that I liked the bands, but what's happening now is when you go to a circus, all the music is done through machines.
Yeah.
But there has to be a drummer. Why must there always be a drummer? Why does there have to be a drummer?
To make that...
Exactly. Do you know when somebody kicks the clown in the arse?
Yeah.
It goes...
Yeah.
You can't make a machine do that. Because you have to do it. The drummer has to watch. And you know when they throw the water over the kids?
Chipperfield was the best.
I don't know.
Oh, certainly.
Don't know. It's up in the air for me.
Well, where are you going?
I kind of like Duffy Circus, you know. And the thing that's wrong with circuses now...
They were small. Were Chipperfield not a big
I like
circus?
I like the small family circus. But what's happening now is you see that the circuses are under such pressure because they're under pressure from the animal lobby because they won't let them... What's the point of having a circus if there's no lions and tigers and snakes? What's the point? What's the point? And these anoraks, they don't like... circuses with lions and tigers and stuff, so they don't want animals in the circus. So I say to you, if you go to a circus and there's no animals, what have you got? Just a man with a red nose, and you can see that in any pub. You do that on a Saturday night. If you want to see a man with a red nose, I'll introduce him to you on a Saturday night.
Geordie's on too.
I know, he'll wait. And another thing as well.
Ice cubes. Pardon?
On
carpets for the indentations. Put an ice cube on your
yeah. It's hard to say. Okay, yes. Let's move along.
Yes.
But the one thing that I don't like about it is when you go to a circus these days, you're sitting there. You see with maybe your two little granddaughters. I don't have any granddaughters. Who, me? A grandfather?
Yes.
No. You sit there with your nieces and your nephews, and this man comes out and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have for you tonight, please put your hands together for the Great Scrambo." And the Great Scrambo comes out. And he's a tightrope walker. Yeah. You see? And what he does is he shins up the pole and he walks the tightrope. Okay? And then he does all that and you're looking up and your neck gets sore. Then he comes down again and the ringmaster comes out again. "Hey, Scrambo!" And we all clap for the Great Scrambo. Then the Great Scrambo runs out. Right? And he goes, "Hiya, hiya, hoopla, hoopla, hoopla." He goes out to the gate. And then whilst the clowns are on, the Great Scrambo comes back again, wearing a dressing gown with holes in it, and pulls down his tightrope gear. Right? And you're watching him, and you're saying, "Just boys, there's the Great Scrambo pulling his own gear." And he's got an old dressing gown, no terry towel job. No, you see, no, you used to steal out of the hotel. Yeah. You get one of those, and it's all ragged, and he looks like a bag man. So he's bringing down his gear. You forget he's the Great Scrambo. And then after a while, he goes away. And then the ringmaster comes out again. "We have Arabian horses. Arabian horses." Control.
An Arabian horse.
Yeah. Arabian horses controlled by the Great Marvello. And the horses come out. Good horses, aren't they?
Good horses.
And out comes the Great Marvello with a top hat and a whip. And do you know who it is? It's the Great Scrambo.
Yes, I know.
It's the same guy who does all the stuff.
Mail, you know. I'm reading your mail.
You've no
Would you
sense.
talk to Geordie?
You've no sense of humour at all. Hello, Geordie. You see, he's not there. Hello, Geordie.
Yes.
Geordie, how are you?
You're getting a wee bit tight this morning now, then, boys.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of...
So you are changing your voice a bit now, I have to say that.
I can't understand that.
I have to agree with Sean and Emmons now.
Do you think I'm talking like Jackie Fuller?
Oh, I think you're getting more like him every day.
I'll need to watch that. I have a whole weekend to try and get rid of it.
You will.
Like a virus.
Well, no, it's just that wee man was phoning in about the ducks and stuff. If he goes down a garden centre, he can get what you call wood chippings.
Wood chippings, yeah.
And they're better even than hay, like.
Are they?
Oh, yes, they soak up the rain and stuff, you know, and
the
they
pickle.
can scratch through them. And
Yeah.
wood
And
bark,
is that expensive?
You know.
Is that expensive, wood chip?
No, it's not. You can get big bales of it there or whatever he wants of it.
So you don't recommend the hay at all,
Oh,
especially,
no.
especially
No.
because of the foot and mouth crisis and all that kind of stuff.
No, that foot and mouth will clear him. There's no, that doesn't affect the garden centres, like.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
I got an email from someone. I'm trying to call it up here. Excuse me, I'm just going to pull your microphone over. Let me see, where is it? It was something relevant to... I don't know if I can find it or not. No, that's another one. There was one in particular that came from Canada. No, there's one complaining about me bitterly. Hold on. You just flying on that. Oh, no, that's a virus alert. Sorry about this. Stay with me for a moment. I'm trying to find this one. It was about odd animal behaviour in Canada. No, I can't find it. No, there's no real... Oh, there's one about show bands. I'll just delete that. No, I can't find it. I'm sorry about that. I'll find it eventually. Maybe
Oh, you
I'll
will.
mention
That's
it.
okay.
It was something to do with breeding patterns in Canada, which is something you're terribly interested in. And you were talking about the fact that your geese were not goslinging.
Yes.
Well, this was relevant to that, and the postulated that there may have been some climatic change that was affecting the geese's eggs, or the goose eggs, or whatever you call them.
Well, I had a phone call from a wee woman in Armagh, and she had a whole heap sitting, and 14 in the water and up the floated, so that's 14 rotten ones. But the goose had sort of on, it must have been 16 or 17, and there was 2 just sort of chipped. Well, she had squashed one was dead, but she got the other 2, and she had ate the shell open a wee bit, and she had them in the oven.
Yeah.
To dry them off in the oven.
Sometimes that's a mistake, isn't it?
Oh, no, if she keeps a wee bit of tinfoil over and turns low one.
Really?
Oh, yes, you know.
Well, you either get a chick or a hard-boiled egg, one or the other, don't you?
So she's doing her best to get these 2 wee reared anyhow. 2 wee goslings.
It never used to be difficult to get a gosling.
No, but it's now, whatever is the year now, they're not hitting well.
No.
So now that we have Norway Bonty sitting up with that cocoa from England, this is the ordinary rooster running about.
Yeah.
And I was up this morning, and now there's 4 or 5 out, and 3 or 4 more eggs to go, so she's doing better.
So there's no trouble with them?
No, then that's all one I got.
The Baltics are reproducing in a satisfactory manner.
She's going to have a good wee hatch now, maybe 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. What about the Vietnamese pig?
Hooch, she's just way up past the window here now at the minute, out Hooch. Daddling about.
Is she on her own there?
Huh?
Is she on her own there?
Yes.
Would you never think of getting another Vietnamese pot-bellied?
Well, no, not at the minute. No, she's happy enough.
Is she?
Daddling about. I'll nipper the dog. That dog that was left up, the woman never come from. He's stuck up her and he goes down the field and walks for her.
Is Nipper still there?
Oh, yes, Nipper's still here.
Looks like you've got Nipper for good.
I doubt so.
Well,
I never heard tell of her since, sir.
How does Nipper get on with Tiny?
Oh, well, now they get on all right with Tiny now. He sports about, but Tiny only lets him go so far. But see, Nipper's is what you call a half wolfhound.
Oh.
You see the Irish wolfhound?
Yeah.
Well, Nipper would be a smaller version.
So Tiny wouldn't mess with him?
Oh, yes, Tiny would, but Nipper only sports with Tiny. He doesn't hurt him or anything like.
But the possibility is there.
Oh, it is, but they get on now well together. Oh, they do now.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second. I'm being interfered with. What?
I'm sorry. Could Geordie answer this question? Apparently it's doing the rounds in the glens of Antrim, and people are asking neighbour after neighbour and
neighbour after neighbour after neighbour. Yes.
Is it true that a duck's quack is the only sound that doesn't echo?
That is right. You'll never hear an echo.
That's stupid.
How is it stupid?
We heard that before.
Well, I talked to Geordie about it.
What do you mean it doesn't echo?
That's what the man said. I don't know. So we're city folk.
If you put a duck into a bathroom and it quacked...
No, it'll not echo.
Why not?
Well, it just isn't.
Apparently it's the only sound that won't echo.
The only sound that won't echo?
The only thing you get if you put half a dozen or ducks or so into, say, like a big silage shade, it would multiply their... You know, it would make it
amplify.
2 or 3 times, yes, louder, but it wouldn't echo even.
It would amplify their quacks, but
yes,
not... But
that's only...
Well, what's the difference between an amplification and echoing? I know there's a difference, but...
One makes louder and the echo, you can hear it in different places.
In other words, if I got a duck and I brought it up on top of the Alps, and I got it to...
Yodel.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can only hear the one yodel. You'll not hear it going round the mountains, like.
There'd be no yodel there.
No.
None of that.
And I had a nice phone call, Gerry, before I go from a wee woman from Ballymena.
Yes.
And she wanted to know would the yard be big enough to haul a bus for us by 50 women, old people. Well, no, I don't say they're old, but they're out for a tour.
Oh, that's a test for you, I'm telling you.
And they're coming down on the 16th of this month.
Oh, you're starting to get them in bulk.
And they want to know would the yard be big enough for a bus.
Well, what do you think?
Well, if it is, it is, and if it's not, it's not. They can park on the roads, or brave out wide roads.
Did you ask Geordie about the wood shavings?
I don't want to ask him about the wood shavings. He's dealt with that.
Wood shavings is good.
He's dealt with it.
Okay, that's all right. Well, there's a lady's got a young dog, and it's eating the bark of the trees. These are only newly planted trees. How does she stop the dog from chewing at the bark of the trees?
Well, it must be a young dog.
It's a young dog.
Ah,
yeah.
it's
Should
neat.
it?
Well, it's sort of bored
Teething.
and shit, and the dog seen the lady putting the trees in,
Right.
so it's going just as much as say, well, I'll pull them up.
Right. So would it be teething, Geordie? The
Oh,
dog?
it could be, yes, teething, surely, but she wants to put a wee wire yard over all
Yeah.
the wee young trees, to keep
Yeah.
their apples and stuff, so it nibble the, for if they hit right round the bark, that'll kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Sean. Thank you.
Oh.
And another thing, Geordie, do you know what this means? It means that you're being put on the tourist trail.
Oh, not at all.
The next thing you know it, you'll turn into the Giant's Causeway.
No.
There'll be people coming up. There'll be Japanese coming to look at you, flashing their phone,
well,
and there'll be
sure.
German tourists and everything. You could start charge coming in. You could start a charge coming into the yard.
Ah, no.
Well, when's your first bus? May the what?
The 16th.
Well, ask them to come between the hours of 10:30 and 12,
Well, I don't know what time they Gerry will arrive at.
because I would like to speak to them all.
Well, I don't know what time they'll arrive at. But they
if-
must listen to you. Now, that lady phoned Sean up and got my number. Did
All
he
right,
not
then.
tell you?
Okay, no, he didn't tell me. He doesn't tell me anything.
Okay then, Gerry.
Goose.
What?
We questioned you, Geordie, about the robin. A lady phoned in.
Why did you not tell me that Geordie phoned up and told me about that?
I was
kind
under
of
so
stuff?
much pressure, I forgot.
Don't you think I should know, being the
No,
presenter?
I didn't
Yes.
phone Sean up
No.
and I didn't phone Sean up and tell him.
The ladies phoned looking for Geordie's number.
Yes.
That's right.
Well, if
now.
the ladies are listening, the bus that's going up to Geordie's farmyard, will they try and get there between 10:30 and 12, and then we can have a chat with them?
Yeah.
Because this is a big day. This is the first scheduled bus trip to appear in your barnyard.
About the
Okay,
robins.
indeed.
What robins?
The wee bird robins.
Sick.
Right. A lady wants to know, is it the female or the male that sits on the egg? Which does the feeding and which does the
No,
sitting?
the wee cock robin only does his duty till the nest is built, and then that's it for sex. Or she has it all to do herself, feeding and everything else.
The cock robin for sex, the female.
Yes, once her nest built and the legs is,
Laid.
yes, he disappears.
He goes and gets another one.
No, he disappears. She has all the work to do.
It buggers off.
Yes, feeding them and all. He does nothing.
Is that everything?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Thank God for that. Thank you very much. Okay, Geordie, thanks a
Okay,
lot.
Gerry.
When you're talking to those people, those women, by all means, get them to come at a civilized time.
Oh, I'm sure they will now.
Okay?
All the best, Gerry.
All right, then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. There we are. Some messages here. Ballysillian Presbyterian Church, PWA, are holding a car boot sale in the church grounds tomorrow from 10 to 12. Big John, the digger driver, wants to know where Robert Purcell and the Kingsmen are playing next weekend. That's a question and a half. A Lisburn caller is looking for a Candlewick bedspread. Lost a diary in B&Q in Newry on Wednesday. Serves you right. Have you any idea? Did you have seen the number of people that are in the B&Q, what do you call those? What is it, B&Q? Isn't that the DIY shop? Have you seen the number of people who've been in those
Yes,
shops?
we talked about it the other day.
No, but I mean,
It's
when the
frightening.
sun has been
I
out
know.
this last few days,
Yeah.
they've been killing each other trying to get in.
Why does the ducks quack not echo?
You're the one that said it. I find that hard to believe. Why are people going to do-it-yourself places when they could be sitting in their back garden in the sun under the tree reading a book? Why are they fighting each other to get at wood when they could be sitting enjoying the sun? The rain's back again now. There are people sitting at home with big lumps of wood
I was
that they
speaking to a
spent
man-
that they spent 3 sunny days getting, and now the rain's back. And what are they going to do? Look at me. I didn't do anything those sunny days. Look at how tanned I am and beautiful and
A man
relaxed.
just delivered a load of pigs' heads to the lions at Circus. Tom Chipperfield's in charge of the lions at some circus. Where's the circus, did we say?
I'd say you'd probably find that at Chipperfield Circus. If Tom Chipperfield is in charge of the circus, you'll probably find it at Chipperfield.
He's in charge
Circus.
of the lions.
Yes.
Where did we say the circus was at?
The Valley Leisure Centre.
Yeah. Well, a man just delivered a load of pigs' heads for the
I
lions.
delivered a load of pigs' heads for the
That's what I'm
lions.
telling you, yeah. For their breakfast.
That's some breakfast, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Give me a pig's head and a bottle of beer.
Yeah.
Lions have a great time of it too.
Chipperfield
Pity the
Circus,
poor
or
pig,
Tom
though.
Chipperfield said that the circus that he's working for, if it is indeed, is based in Navan.
Yeah, probably.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. One of the things that I think is important is, imagine if you were born a pig in, say, Brishane. The chances of you being eaten by a lion are slim,
Yeah,
but it's happening.
it's happening.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Michael's in one.
Yeah, okay. A caller is looking for a soft ice cream machine. Can
Should not take a hard one.
you please play something by Packardon? Going to play something by the Packer now in a moment.
Well, what about Michael?
Michael, I'll talk to Michael in a second. Hello, to have to do these things. These are people who've gone to a lot of trouble to ring up this programme and send messages. I can't treat them like dirt. Hello to Marty Traynor and Susan O'Hare, who are going to Barbados on Sunday to get married. Everybody in Warren Point sends their best wishes. That's great. And Paul McAvoy has written me a letter, and he says the late night revellers are still at large, shouting and roaring at will, and smashing the glass panelling and the telephone kiosks at Warren Point. And you thought this country was civilised.